Hey there, it's Robin from PRX. I'm very excited to tell you that Wait For It is back for Season 2. That's right, the Tribeca-selected, 3-time Ambie Award-winning show is back with new stories and conversations about the ways we feel about weight. This season, host Ronald Young Jr. is talking about grief, air travel, fat camp, and of course, the word that feels inescapable right now, Ozempic. Guests include fat marathon runner Martinus Evans, Aubrey Gordon of Maintenance Phase, and his sister Marilyn for a deeply personal conversation about a recent loss. Subscribe to Wait For It today wherever you listen to podcasts.
From Mermaid Palace and Ashtar Theater, welcome to the heart. I'm Caitlin Prest. This is Great Love. The Gaza Monologues, Revisited. February 2024. Aliyah Pabani, a Toronto-based artist and organizer, receives a text from her friend KP, me, asking her if she'd be down to read a Gaza monologue and create an audio piece that talks about her organizing work. What you're about to hear is what Aliyah created instead. A binaural recording of an appointment at the bank. Binaural microphones create a 3-dimensional audio experience. They replicate the way that your ears actually hear. So if you can, put your headphones on and imagine yourself with Aliyah
Seems like it's working.
Walking into Scotiabank headquarters, downtown Toronto, where she has a meeting scheduled to open a business account.
Put my folder in, or hold it in my hand maybe.
In her hands is a manila envelope with some financial statements, her ID, and a copy of Gaza Monologue number 19. Fatima Atala.
Switch after all.
Hello. I'm a little late, but I had an appointment with a financial advisor.
That's a small business?
Yeah.
Okay, you have your product and you have bank business card?
No, it's about opening
Oh, you open it.
yeah. I have a ID though. Thank you.
Appointment. Your appointment is good.
Hi. Thanks.
Aliyah.
Yeah.
Hi.
Okay.
Give me a second.
Mm-hmm.
I'll just bring up your profile.
Okay.
What are we doing today?
I think it was about opening a new account.
Business account?
Yeah.
Let
me just pull up your profile. I'll take one piece of ID. You are an existing client, right?
No.
On the personal side, no?
No.
So, what do you, what is the business into?
Well, I just wanted to know, it's my small business.
What is the nature of the business?
Media.
Okay.
I'm an independent audio producer.
Audio producer?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Audio producer. So, basically you produce music. What do you do, like the audio producer?
You want me to tell you a bit about it?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I have some notes here that I can...
Sure.
Okay. Gaza's fish ran away, but the people were not able to. They opened the sewage into the sea, and if the sea could talk, it would tell them, "Shame on you for what you were doing to Gaza and me." Instead of music and acting schools, Gaza became a school for shooting and murder. I'm very scared by nature. I'm scared of cockroaches and birds, and I worry day and night. First day of the war, all the girls went home except for me. I was the last one to leave school. I was sitting there, shaking. I couldn't stand on my legs. Finally, I felt that if I don't help myself, no one will. I gathered my courage and stood up, shaking, and walked like a tree in the wind, all of me trembling. People were walking near me, but no one felt me. Sounds of rockets got louder, and the horror in my heart grew deeper. Usually the distance from school to my house is half an hour, but that day I got home in 15 minutes because of my fear. It was the time I was the most scared in my life. Every second I thought I would die. It was the first time I feel this terrible loneliness, even though the streets were full of people. I got home and stood at the window. A rocket fell near our house and I flew off the ground and landed on my back. For the whole war, I could stand at windows. I tried sleeping in an inner room that doesn't have a single window. I'm still scared to this day, but I pretend not to be.
That's beautiful. So, how do you what platform do you use to voice your audios?
Well, I use the internet. I do things in real space, at banks. What do you think about what I read?
It's amazing. It's beautiful.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What's beautiful about it to you?
I can feel the pain, the fear that's being said, and it's basically somebody who's feeling a lot of mainly the fear and the pain of what's going on in the Gaza. So that's what I hear you.
Do you know it's by this person named Fatima Tala? She was born in 1996, which would make her what?
28.
28 now, yeah. But when she wrote this, she was, I think, 14.
Wow.
And she's from Sheikh Radwan. So since this was written, I don't know if they know where she is.
She's okay.
I'm not sure. It's part of a project where many youth wrote about their experiences of living through war.
And the ones basically who survived, probably.
Well, I don't know like who has survived, honestly,
Yeah.
because this was quite a long time ago. Probably many of them have been displaced, at the very least. Yeah, I wasn't able to find anything about her online, about what's happened to her. But this one really resonated with me. Yeah.
So, Alana, do you where do you bank? Like, otherwise, besides Scotia, like, where are you banking currently? What are your personal accounts?
Well, I'm an independent contractor. Mainly, I'm interested because a lot of my clients are in the U.S. So I'd like to know if there's a way that I can have a U.S. bank account that would allow them to easily send money without any transfer fees.
So you would be just producing the audios and you would be sending it to your customers in the US and they would be paying.
Yeah, usually in the U.S. Most of my clients are in the U.S. Some of them are in the U.K.
So you're looking at a sole proprietorship account.
Right.
The sole proprietorship account is like a personal account only, especially when you're doing any kind of business and you're getting paid from your client. It is advised that, and your accountant can tell you better that the business should be incorporated because then you can save a lot of the taxes as well. Because what is happening currently as a sole proprietorship account, the way you have charges for every incoming wire, you would have the same here as well because that is under the personal name.
Okay.
When you have it in the business account, then there are no charges on that.
I see.
I mean, there are charges for the wires that go out. If you're
Right.
doing any wire out of your business account, there will be a charge, and it depends on the amount of the wire that you're doing.
Okay, I see.
So,
Okay.
is that your main concern, like the wire charges?
Yeah, I think that I just wanted to understand, like, if there's a way to, like, if it might be worth switching.
Trying, yeah.
Yeah.
Why I ask is I'll just show you the kind of accounts that we have. What I can do for you is I can check and come back to you on the charges.
Okay.
And then if that, even if there's a variance of few dollars here and there, then probably it would make sense for you to
Right. Okay.
set up the account.
Okay. So you'll need to check with somebody.
Yes.
Okay.
I'll have to check with the incorporation, with the operations team, and I'll check that, and I can come back to you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great. Okay. Well, can I ask a question that's also a concern in terms of switching banks? I'm just wondering, like, I am a person who cares about the bank and, like, their concerns, and this is a piece that I care very deeply about, and what's happening right now is something I care very deeply about. And I am wondering if you know about Scotiabank's investment in the Israeli arms manufacturer Elbit Systems.
That I'm not aware of, and even if we're not allowed to speak about it.
Okay.
Yeah, but frankly, I'm not aware of.
Do you want to know more about it? You don't have to say anything, but I could describe it to you.
I would rather not indulge in that kind of
Okay.
detail. Yeah.
Well, just in case anyone is curious to know, Scotiabank's the largest foreign stakeholder in Elbit Systems. It was a $500 million investment. Many of their weapons are used to target and kill children. A few weeks ago, I went to a event that was a memorial for artists who had died in Gaza, and I heard the story of a 14-year-old aspiring violinist who was killed in a targeted Israeli drone attack in her home, along with 50 of her family members at age 14. And we were hearing from her music teacher, who said that she was a student who was sort of one in a million, the kind of person who was disciplined and wanted to become like a virtuoso violinist, and now
Lost to the whole community.
and to us,
Yeah.
there's so many people like that it's unfathomable, and it's something that's very concerning to me because Elbit weapons is used by the Israeli Defense Forces to commit war crimes currently, and I don't fully understand how, like, me opening an account and being able to trust that a bank that talks about ethical investment wouldn't see that a nation state that is plausibly committing war crimes would fall under their ethical investment guidelines. You know, there have been other banks that have divested from Elbit Systems because they were not convinced that Elbit Systems wasn't manufacturing cluster bombs, which is a banned weapon under international law. HSBC, the Australian Future Fund, and
They have all?
yeah, they divested from Elbit completely several years ago because they weren't convinced that they weren't manufacturing banned weapons.
Scotia is still in it.
Pardon?
And Scotia is still in it.
Scotia is not only in it, they're the largest foreign stakeholder. So this is, I think, a several billion-dollar company. I think it's like a $10 billion company. And Scotia's investment is $400 million still. But they got rid of, about a fifth or a quarter of their stake at the end of the last quarter.
Then why would you want to open the account with Scotia?
Well, I just wanted to know, like, what the plan is for that. Because to me, I just want to know, like, you know, I know that they can't sell off all their shares in one go. But to me, this is obviously something that I care about a lot. And so when you're talking to customers about their investments and ethical investing practices, to me, this is like a critical aspect of that, you know? So that's just like a concern I have that's additional to like whether it would be better to bank here. Yeah. But I appreciate you listening.
Thank you.
Yeah. Is there a way, how would you be able to follow up on this?
I have your profile with me.
Okay.
I will, find this out and come back to you.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Thanks so much.
Thank you. Thanks for your time.
Take care.
Inside.
Thanks.
Most likely going towards
Where should I go?
Same spot.
Okay. Coming.
Okay.
See you soon.
This was episode 4 of Great Love, the Gaza Monologues Revisited. The episode was created, recorded, and produced by Aliyah Pabani. Editor and guide to this series, artist and organizer based in Toronto, friend and inspiration to KP, me. Aliyah recorded this piece in April 2024. At the time of the recording, Scotiabank was the top foreign stakeholder in Elbit Systems. Elbit Systems is the largest Israeli arms and weapons company, manufacturing 85% of Israel's drones and land-based equipment. November 2023. A group of writers, artists, and organizers disrupt the gala of a major literary prize funded by Scotiabank. Authors publish a letter in support of people who were charged as part of the protest. Criminal charges happened. March 2024. A campaign called No Arms in the Arts formed and launched. Scotiabank cuts its investment by close to $80 million. April 2024. Scotiabank still has $400 million invested in Elbit Systems. At this point, Aliyah and fellow organizers with No Arms in the Arts and other organizations in Toronto doing similar work, Canlit Responds, Film Workers for Palestine, and Artists Against Art Washing, have been planning and executing interventions, demonstrations, public statements, artist exodus from fancy Scotiabank-funded arts festivals and prizes, as well as one crashing of a massive and also very fancy Scotiabank business luncheon.
And then the hardest question came from the Scotiabank employees.
Are being killed right now at the hands of Elbit Systems, which Scotiabank has invested in. Shame!
Shame!
Honest work will never hide!
May 2024. Scotiabank announces that it's slashing its stake in Elbit Systems from a 5.1% stake to a 2.5% stake. That's a divestment of nearly $250 million. Half. August 2024. After 10 months of consistent organizing, direct action, and artists withdrawing from festivals and events funded by Scotia, the bank announces that it would be decreasing its investment to $113 million. That's an 80% decrease, down to almost a fifth of what it was. This happened over the course of 10 months of organizing work. Really hard, strategic work that had an impact. Well, the CEO of Scotiabank said that the decision was not influenced by protest activity. He insists that it only has to do with financial stuff. But when Scotia dropped $400 million worth of its stake, Elbit's stock price actually dropped. And in an article where the CEO is asked about the drop in its stock price, he's quoted saying exactly this, quote, "Some investors, fortunately only a few, experienced political pressures of some sort and decided to sell, for example, the Canadian fund that sold a large number of shares and pushed the share price down. Pushed the share price down on the largest Israeli weapons manufacturer. No Arms in the Arts will not stop until the stake is $0 million. From only a week after we released the episode a couple weeks ago from the comedian Ala Shahada about his hometown Jenin, Israel began brutal attacks that are comparable to the infamous flattening of the camps that happened in 2002. Ala talks about it in his story. the director of the Freedom Theater, where Allah studied, made a plea on Instagram for artists and activists in Western countries to stop our governments from arming Israel. When I read it, I decided to move Aaliyah's episode up by a week. You can follow the Freedom Theater on Instagram for more information about what's happening and how you can help. If you work in the arts or are a culture worker, check out the website bdsmovement.net/PACBI. That's PACBI. If you don't work in the cultural sector, check out bdsmovement.net. It goes over general boycott, divestment, and sanctions. Anyone can get involved. Aaliyah had support from Jess Shane, Yasmin Mansouri, and me on this episode. Great Love, The Gaza Monologues Revisited, is a production of Mermaid Palace. You can follow us on Instagram at Mermaid Palace Art. The Gaza Monologues that we are revisiting here on The Heart is the creation of Ashtar Theater, based in Ramallah, Palestine. Our series is an answer to a global call they made in November 2023 for artists around the world to perform the monologues on stages far and wide. You can follow me at Caitlin Prest on Instagram for non-sequitur stories that start with piles of tulle and end with pics and extra details about this series and the people that I adore who made it with me. The Heart Radio exists on Instagram, but was hacked last October. I am still waiting for someone who knows how to navigate the belly of the beast at Meta to help me fix it. Instead, you can go to our website, theheartradio.org. It's very pretty. You can see the beautiful art that my cousin is making for the series. His name is Matisse Poiré Prest. He's a gem in every fathomable way. Please help us put the Jabber trifecta from the last episode through school. You will find a link across the top of theheartradio.org. All you gotta do is click on it and donate whatever you have to donate to fix something that we could easily fix for these 3 young people. Help them not have to worry about the fact that school costs triple now and their parents spent all their money that they had saved for tuition getting them out of Gaza so that they could finish med school. Please donate. Also, please email us. We desperately need your love, support, and adoration. Not just me. The entire team really needs your love, support, and adoration. Tell us what was meaningful to you about the series. Give us advice. Send us links. The email address is hello@mermaidpalace.org. Tarneem Jaber is actually checking our email these days, so you will light up her day if you send us some fan mail. Right now, she thinks no one listens to my podcast, so we gotta fix that. Please share the series on Instagram and Twitter. Share the series with your friends. Have a listening party. Discuss all the things that you feel and think, and then go do some shit. The assistant producer on this series is Ahmed Jaber. Our digital producer is Tarneem Jaber. Our development producer is Doris, last name redacted. Our post-production coordinator is Jess Shane. Our audio magician is... I want to find a very excellent adjective. I'm thinking, no adjective is correct. No adjective is enough. No adjective is enough. This is my chance, actually. This is my chance, because this week Yasmin couldn't do the credits. I'm doing the credits. She usually does the credits. I bet you missed it. You missed her. You were like, oh, she's so calming. Oh my God, I feel so safe. I can tell that she's not going to go off book and accidentally make the credits 20 minutes long. Yasmin is indescribable. And I am Caitlin Prest, host, creator, and producer of this show, The Heart. If you work in a hospital and have any sway in the hospital that you work in, the oldest Jaber sibling, Hamza, wants to be an orthopedic surgeon and specialize in prosthetics. He's looking to make connections with places that could accept him for the residency part of his med school journey. Next week, Doris, guardian angel of this series. The Heart is a proud member of Radiotopia.
Radiotopia from PRX.